The new book is a companion to the first book. The new book is called My Living Memories Project Journal. And in speaking about this topic and conducting workshops, I found that people were most receptive when I tried to solicit their individual memories about their loved ones. So what this book does is enable people to jot down their memories. So there are, on each page, there's an inspirational quote, many from the first book, some from other sources, and then on the right side of the page, there are questions. So if it's about cooking, it's what about your recipe, what recipes did your loved one have if your loved one wasn't a cook, what were their favorite foods, what were their favorite restaurants or takeout places, and it works its way up to what would be a meaningful legacy. What legacy would you like to carry on for your loved one? The first book, The Living Memories Project, Legacies That Last, was a response to the fact that both my parents died within a year and a half, and I was bereft, particularly after my mother died, and I was having a problem crawling out of my grief. So I, along with my brother and my husband, interviewed 32 people about how they kept the memories of their loved ones alive, and we found there were a variety of ways that people did that. It could be as simple as a recipe, a memory book, a memory quilt, or something more ambitious like a scholarship or a foundation. I've learned that there is no such thing as closure. When you love someone, that person, there's no closure. That person is always there. The person is in your head and your heart, even though they're physically gone. There's a Buddhist saying that when my loved one was alive, I knew him in 50 different ways. When he was gone, I know him now in 49 ways. So what are the ways that we can keep the memories, passions, values, and traditions of our loved ones alive after they're gone? And I found that process for myself helped heal me. What I learned from the people we interviewed was just how to do that. And so it helped me transcend my grief. And what I try to do is, as the comfort coach, is now to help others transcend their own grief. And the new book, which is coming out shortly, is called My Living Memories Project Journal, and it is a companion to the first group, and it's a way for readers to make this process their own. So they actually write in the book how different ways they can keep the memories of their loved ones alive. If it's a positive memory, it's very important. It's important because it's a way to move beyond your grief and to keep them in a way present in their lives. So we interviewed a woman who said that she makes her mother's recipes on every holiday. And she says, my mom is in my head and my heart as I compose the holiday menu. And I get such pleasure when my children or nieces and nephews say, that's Grandma's recipe. So it's a way of keeping them present. I remember that Prince William said when he got engaged to Kate that he gave her his mother's engagement ring, and he said that's the way of keeping her in this situation and having her here. So I also think that it's a way of not focusing on how they died, which is what we tend to do, especially in the aftermath of grief, but rather focusing on how they lived. I do believe that people need to grieve, and they need to grieve in a timely fashion. I'm not suggesting some people are ready to do this right away, and some people may not be ready to do this for years. And grieving is very important. You have to go through that process of grieving, but then you can take that grief and transform it into beautiful memories that comfort you and also provide inspiration to succeeding generations. we all die, and it's a part of life. So I really want to give people the tools to lead happy and meaningful and productive lives. And I know this process helped me, and my mission is really to help others.